Alright, so I'm going to give a quick little rundown of this little tricopter made out of the Legos. Start out with, I'm going to go ahead and answer a couple of quick questions that were asked. One, is this glued together? Negative. It is not glued together. All the parts are just reinforced by covering connections. I used some of the tall bricks, like this here. Holes are irrelevant, it's just what I had in the box, as kind of creating like an I-beam support style connector over the separate sections, just to give it strength. Also, where the different pieces interlock, I kind of covered the breaks, essentially like doing bricks to reinforce those break points. But other than that, they are they just come apart. I did some places there's zip ties. That's actually just coincidental, because really that zip tie is there to hold the wires down. These zip ties are all here for holding on the battery, keeping the top Lego piece above the ESCs on, just because I wanted to protect that equipment. And there's a couple of straps that hold the, or a couple of zip ties that hold the battery strap on. Second question was servo. Can I give a closer shot of the servo setup? Sure. So the rear servo has, it's just zip tied. I got a little bit of double-sided tape in there to help keep it from sliding around. Threw a zip tie around it, control horn, and that control linkage right there is actually that came off of this little paperclip item here. It's just something that was around here in the office. Took one of the sides off and folded it up with a pair of needle nose pliers, 2 pairs actually. Nope, probably just actually I think just one pair of needle nose pliers. Just used the table to help hold it while I bent it up. It's bent pretty tight. I did that to keep it stable. You can see I got it in there pretty good. That which it's going through is just it's one of those pieces of Lego with the holes in it, and it's some kind of linkage that spins inside of that. The linkage that spins inside of there is really kind of irrelevant. It was just in there when I picked up the brick, and for some reason my mind wrapped around it and said, huh, look, this is where it needs to go. So I didn't bother taking it out, and that's how I have it connected. So if close up here, and it's that brick, the connector between there and here is that black brick. Down here, sorry for the handheld action, but I don't have a tripod here. This brick here is actually connected to this brick via, this brick actually has a nub on it that goes into this brick. It's made to do that into other bricks, so this brick has a hole in it. Let's see if I can actually... Maybe I can pop it apart real quick. It doesn't take much. Let's see that. Ooh. I'm not going to edit that out. So anyway, let's see if I can pop this apart right here. So what this looks like, let's spin it around a little bit. Alright, I can take the camera up. Screw it. Sorry. Didn't have this planned out. Oh! So, I'm dropping my phone anywhere. So maybe we'll edit that out. Anyway, part here is like this. So we can get that in the shot. There's a nub on that black Lego piece, and the other side is just a receiving hole, and it's just pushed in. The problem I did find with that is that this black Lego piece nub must have gotten worn to some extent, or it's just not super tight, so it will work its way back out. I'm kind of working on a couple of alternative methods for that, so it just clips in. of which are utilizing another one. It has, so this here comes apart, and there's that little gray piece in there. This is actually what's coming off of the black nub. So consider that little nub right there sticks off that black block. But this is actually a two-sided hub thing, so it just pops under there. So there's something like with that. I wonder if that would be a little stronger. I don't know. I don't trust it. This setup here would be a little better because the reason why it works out is because it has some up and down flex, so the vibration eventually just kind of works it out. But if I put these a little longer out and had them between 2 points on each side, there's not as much up flex. So keep it a little stronger. They could still work their way apart, but not too very easily. The servo horn and the control rod kind of keep that from moving back and forth. But even if I wanted to go this route, since I'm not gluing this, at least not for now, because they're the office Legos. They're what we use to just play around with and boost creativity and whatever we want to do, just kill some time. So I didn't want to commandeer them just yet, but so it's not glued together. I may never glue it together. Just if I want to reinforce any of it, I may just zip tie some of it. I had a problem with this back coming off, so I just threw a zip tie around here to hold this down on the back side of this, because I have one here, happened to be holding that back down, and one on the back here holding that down, which goes through that right there to hold it on. And these zip ties for the fronts, these zip ties for the inside holding the motor down, the motor mount there, are actually on the edge of this. Kind of help. Doesn't really hold them on, but it kind of helps. So anyway, if I want to make sure this doesn't ever come apart, I could just dab a little bit of CA right in that little hole there, and right in that little hole there, and I really wouldn't, ruin a set of Legos or anything. So, but it would keep the motor from coming off. The motor, like I said, it doesn't vibrate very much, but with the amount of thrust that keeps going up and down on it as I throttle up, obviously you can see that it will work its way out. Go over real quick the hardware, fire it up, maybe show the servo linkage working close up, and then I'll kill this video. So anyway, Legos. Obviously I used Legos. Gym Fam 3 blades. Let's see what these are. These are 5030s. Triprops. These are 1806 Sunny Skies 2300 kV motors. I happen to have 3 of them from one of my quads. Actually, my quad, one of the motors went bad, so I ended up with 3. So now my FPV quad has a new set of 2204s instead of 1806s on it. Same brand, Sunny Skies 2300 kV. It's just a little bit of a different size motor. So Atom. That is the Atom CC3D flight controller. I didn't choose that. I just had it laying on my desk. It's actually my colleagues here. We were playing with it because we were having some difficulty getting it to calibrate and all that other good stuff. So it was on my desk and I was playing with it. What was intended is the full mullet Naze 32, but in the sake of time and the fact that I didn't know this was going to work, I threw the Atom on it because it is, so you can see a little bit better, it's encased so I could zip tie it if I needed to, put it in some weird spot. It was already laying on my desk. I just hooked it up, and I'm already familiar with CC3D, so I hooked it up and went with it. RX, Orange RX 6-channel receiver. Inexpensive little receivers. I pick up some. And battery, obviously 1300 milliamp, 3-cell. And the servo is just old analog servo I happen to have from an old micro RC plane, essentially park flyer style, but it's nothing super fancy at all. It literally is just a little micro servo. Again, analog, not digital. Not that it matters, I just wanted to point it out. Alright, and let's do a quick fire up here. Fire up my transmitter, show off the control linkage a little bit. Let's see here. Oh, I need to have a little tripod on my camera. Alright. Let me go ahead and arm it. Actually, I guess I don't need to arm it. Let's go ahead and unarm it a little bit. Get an arm. Alright, let's get a good shot here of the control linkage moving. Get this keyboard out of the way here, sorry, again. Alright. That's it. I have nothing to it. I threw the frame together in maybe an hour, just messing around. I was looking for stuff. I was going to originally build it out of cardboard. I was going to cut up a box and slap some cardboard together, maybe reinforce it by making the cardboard into triangles or together in this formation here where there are two pieces of cardboard together. So the flex, see, I cannot bend that, or the flex vertically would not affect it. Obviously, if I were to push down on it this way, but since thrust is upward, this would be pretty sturdy. Funny, this is the fan from Spaceballs, or the Winnebago from Spaceballs. It's actually side plates for my quadcopter. But anyway, that is the